Welcome to Living Large Television with Mark Henry, CEO of Alloy Wealth. For over 15 years, Alloy Wealth has focused on your financial needs and values when it comes to retirement planning and investment management. Mark and his team are committed to helping pre-retirees and retirees navigate complicated future planning decisions in order to meet and exceed your goals. This is Living Large Television.
Welcome to Living Large Television with Mark Henry. I'm Rebecca Powers, sitting in for Cynthia this week. So happy to have you with us. Of course, Alloy Wealth Management. Mark, let's just talk about how long Alloy has been together. This is our 131st show, I believe.
32nd, I think.
32nd show. You have a YouTube channel now, thousands of followers.
Been on the radio for, I don't know, 7 years in Greenville and Charlotte.
And your whole point is to help people retire the very best way, to live large, to keep the money that you've earned.
Yeah, I chose to be a specialist in my field, and you know, so many people try to be everything to everybody.
Right.
And as much as I'd like to think that I can, you know, everybody loves me, at the end of the day, you have to realize that you're not for everybody. I mean, not everybody has good taste. So you got to realize that, right?
So if you don't call, you don't have good taste, ladies and gentlemen, now.
Not at all. But no, it's funny, but you get to that place in life where you are who you are.
Right.
And I know who I am. I do, and I embrace it. That's exactly right. But our firm, we specialize in helping people. And you know, we do have younger clients. We're finding more and more younger people actually have money. Most people think all the young ones are brothers. That's simply not true at all.
Right.
We have a lot of young people, you know, because of my, quote, fame on YouTube or whatever I call it, we picked up a couple of these young YouTubers. And it's amazing, some of these gig economy workers, how much money and what they're able to create. And I love that, because it gives me such great hope as we listen to the news. And of course, people say, well, Mark, you're on the news all the time. And I do. I do the news locally in Charlotte and Greenville and North Myrtle, and I have to do that all the time. But it can be depressing.
Yeah, they bring you on as an expert to talk about what's happened in the news that day.
That's right.
And you try to be optimistic.
You do, but the reality is when you watch a lot of news, and I do because it's my job, and it can be depressing. And you start thinking that our country is not as good as it once was, and I'm simply, that's just not true. Unfortunately, the minority, the little small demographic, that was always there. Maybe they were on Jerry Springer. You know, remember that show, Jerry Springer?
Yes, unfortunately.
We used to watch that, but we didn't think that was real. Like, it was real to that one little person that was on there.
Right.
But that wasn't America. It
was just silly entertainment.
Right, but that was like a 1/4% of the actual United States kind of thing. Well, the reality is, I still think that's how it works. Unfortunately, because of social media, because everybody has that camera on them, we now can take who used to be on Jerry Springer and put them on this and give them a magnaphone, a spotlight.
Right. You are so right.
And it makes people believe this is America. No, it's not. Come on, they've always existed. There was always that little, you know, they were just different. I would call them weirdos, but whatever they were.
But now they have the louder voice, and that's kind of what the media is
But the reality is, I meet men and women and young people every day that are living the American dream. They're doing great things, and I still have great hope for our nation.
Me too.
So I want to talk today. This is going to be pretty cool, but this is something that came across my desk, and we don't do scripted shows, but I think you're going to really like this. So we're going to play a game today. And now, this is the neat thing about live television. Rebecca doesn't know the game we're going to play. So
okay, I know. Like,
Cynthia
I'm excited.
Always likes it. Cynthia loves math. She just loves it when I throw math questions at her. Like, she just giggles, hoping I'm going to throw another math question at her. Yeah, no, she doesn't either. No, well, she hates that.
Okay, good. You were joking. I'm like, I hate math.
But we're going to play the retirement red light, green light. Remember that game you used to play, you know, red light, green light? We're going to do that when it comes to retirement.
Okay.
So think about this, and you know, don't answer this for yourself, but answer this as if you were that person sitting there in the audience and you're watching this. And these are questions that all of us need to be thinking about. So how about this one? Red light would be no. Yellow light would be maybe. Green light is yes.
Okay.
Go, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how about this question? Do you think you'll be able to retire on time?
Maybe.
So that's a yellow. That's a yellow.
Okay.
So put down, make a little column there, put red, yellow, green, and put a little dot in the yellow column.
Okay.
So you got a 1 on that one, okay? That was a 1 in the yellow column.
Okay.
So how about this one? Have you calculated how much income you're going to need in retirement?
Yes. Red.
Yes.
I mean green.
Green. That's a green. Put a little dot in the green one. So you know how much income you're going to want to have to spend. Excellent. Okay. So, and if you're watching online, on television, if you're streaming this show, do the same thing. Kind of ask yourself these questions. Has your current big box retail planner, this is not the question, but have they done this with you? So how about this? Do you know the most tax efficient order to access your retirement accounts? In other words, where should you take the money from first? Do you know specifically for tax efficiency where you should go first?
Yes.
That's a yes for you?
Yes.
Wow, good for you.
Well, but you know, I've been kind of doing this for a while, so I've learned a lot.
But you weren't supposed to answer this for you. You're supposed to answer it as if you were watching online or on television.
Okay, so I'm going to say most people are saying no, but go on.
Well, and so we're going to stop there for a second, Rebecca, because why would most people not answer that question correctly?
Because their financial planner isn't having those conversations about forward tax planning.
Let's talk about this. When you go to your big box retail firm and you ask them a question about taxes, guess what they tell you?
Go see your accountant.
Tax professional. Go see your accountant. Go see somebody else.
Right.
In fact, on everything they publish and give to you, it says, we do not give tax. Go see someone else, blah, blah, blah. They want to send you, they don't want to even discuss that.
Yeah.
So think about this. We're going to stop for a second right here and put a little dot on my paper so I know exactly where I stopped, because this is going to be a lot of fun today, I think. But do you know why that is? Why they won't talk about taxes?
I don't.
All right. Well, let me give you a thing that we did last year that I thought was so impactful. And again, we're going to do it again this year, but this happened toward the end of the year. Hopefully this year will be much different market-wise. But for most Americans, last year was a tough time in the markets.
Yes.
Okay. So the question that I was asking late last year on television, on my radio show, on live TV interviews, I would ask this simple question. Why hasn't your big box retail planner picked up the phone and called you?
Right.
And had this question, had this statement to you. Hey, Rebecca, it's Mark. It's been a tough year. You're like, I know. That's how that call would go. But no, I get it. But think about this. You may not have looked, Rebecca, but your IRA, your 401 is down. But don't worry. You know, obviously it's going to come back. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. How about this? Let's bring you into the office, Rebecca, and let's take the Roth conversion challenge. Let's see if now is a good time, while that account's down, to pull money out of the IRA.
Yes.
And move it to a Roth. Because, Rebecca, you know as I do, I can't tell you when this economy is going to improve. I can't tell you when the markets are going to improve. But you know as well as I do, it's going down, you've lost money, but it's going to come back. And you know that's true. In your heart, even though you want it to happen tomorrow, you know at some point it will. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Why then wouldn't they contact you and move money while the market was down, while the account was down, take it out of the IRA, move it to the Roth, so when the market comes back up, you get all those gains back in a tax-free account.
And you're paying on the acorn instead of the oak tree.
Think about that. You get it's going to come back.
It's huge.
So why not move it so when the gains come back, all that money is tax-free for you? Why did they not pick up the phone and call their clients and take the Roth conversion challenge?
That's the big box.
So we're going to have to talk more about this, and I'll answer that. When we come back, I'll give you the answer for that. But right now, let's get these phone lines open. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. 888-272-0650. This may be one of the most important phone calls you make to start off 2023. 888-272-0650. It doesn't mean you're going to leave your current firm. It doesn't mean you're going to start working with my firm. We're independent. We're fee-based. We're not inviting you in, but we're agreeing that you need a written retirement plan. You should have taken the Roth conversion challenge last year and seen if we could have helped you with that. Let's not go into this year not having the answers that you deserve to those questions. Let's get a written retirement plan done by a certified financial planner. And if you're one of the lucky next 15 callers, we're going to do it absolutely free. That's right, complimentary, no obligations. Leave your checkbook at home. All you have to do is pick up the darn phone and dial 888-272-0650. Have your appointment book ready, your calendar in hand, book an appointment to get started on your very own confident financial future. Rebecca?
And that's with Alloy Wealth Management, with offices in Charlotte, Greenville, Myrtle Beach, and soon Hilton Head. Stay with us more. Some great advice about heading into your retirement with ease. Stay with us.
Hi, Mark Henry, CEO of Alloy Wealth, and of course your host of Living Large Television and Radio. Take this opportunity to call now and get your complimentary written financial plan.
Welcome back to Living Large Television with Mark Henry. We were talking about the ways that you can head into retirement and why haven't, and that was my experience before I left the big box, they never called me. They never had these conversations. So I just really want to urge people, if they have not called and had these conversations with you, why not?
Well, on the Roth conversion challenge, it's real simple. The reason they would never be calling and talking to you about moving money out of your IRA and potentially put it in the Roth, even though it might be exactly what you need to do, think of it this way. They have shareholders to account for.
Right.
If you have $100,000 in your IRA, and let's say they determined it would be a great idea to move $20,000 out, and pay tax on that $20,000. So let's say you're in a 20% tax bracket, whatever. So, or maybe they take $100,000 to a bigger number. They took $100,000 out of your IRA, and $1 million in there. They thought it was a good idea to move $100,000 out this year. They took $100,000 out of the IRA, moved it to the Roth. Well, we have to pay tax. Let's say you're in a 20% tax bracket. So we have to take $100,000 out. We have to send 20% right off to the federal government. So now we're managing $80,000 in the Roth. And you say, well, Mark, that's terrible. Oh, no, because you own that whole $80,000. And when the markets recover, that 80 is going to grow, and all those gains are now made in a tax-free account. And it's an account you're never going to pay taxes on in the future one day. And in a rising tax environment, which we are definitely going to be in, we want to have as much tax-free money as we can. But here's why they would never have that call. Because they were being paid to manage that $100,000. When they move it to the Roth, they're being paid to manage $80,000. They get paid less. And guess what? There'd be a shareholder revolt if they did that for every client that ought to be doing it.
Oh, and you'd get fired.
Don't do it. That's why they don't do it. Simple as that. We want to do what's in our clients' best interest. And for many clients, taking the Roth conversion challenge was in their best interest. Hey, let's get back to red light, green light, okay? So we're having some fun here playing the red light, green light game. So ask this question now. Think about this. Has your retirement income plan, first off, you have to have one. Do you even have a retirement income plan? But has it passed a stress test for things like continued increases in the cost of living, inflation? Does your retirement income go up with inflation? Does it account for market volatility? Does it have interest rate fluctuation in it? Does it account for that? Has it been stress tested? Has it been stress tested for another recession? And we're heading into one right now. Promise you, we are heading into one right now. Is your retirement income plan ready for a recession? Longevity, is it going to last the length of your life, however long that might be? And is it account for unexpected losses? Does your retirement income plan pass the stress test? What's your answer on that? Red, yellow, green?
Probably red.
Red on that one.
I don't know.
Well, and that's hey, listen, if you're watching right now, and hopefully you're writing these down, this is a big deal because most of you don't even have a retirement income plan. You're trying to do retirement, or you're going to head into retirement using a statement. A statement is not a plan. It is not a plan. How about this one? This one's great. In the last 2 years, have you completed an inventory of all your household assets, and do you understand how each of those assets will be taxed if accessed? In other words, do you understand how your household assets, how your assets are going to be taxed in the event of your passing? And have you done a complete inventory of that?
No.
So is that a red?
That's a red.
That's another red for Rebecca. All right, put that in the little red column, put a little dot down there for me, okay? Now, how about this one? I love this. Is your will, your trust, or your estate plan coordinated with a trusted advisor? So does your estate plan, if you have one, and your confident financial partner, that financial partner you've chosen, do they work together? Or are those two different things?
Two different things.
So that's a red.
So it's better to be together.
Well, think about this. We see many times, and listen, I'm a certified estate planner, but we see many times people go and they get an estate plan and they work with some great lawyers, and there's good ones out there. We have them in our office. Fee-based. That's a big deal. Fee-based. You know, when you say fee-based, when we talk about doing estate planning, it's not by the hour.
Right.
It's menu pricing.
A job to be done.
It's menu pricing. You need a will. Here's the price. You need a will, powers of attorneys, medical power attorneys, and a living will. Here's the price. You need a trust. Here's the price. You need the entire bundle. Here's the price.
Right.
Not by the hour, and it's not by how much assets you have. Many people don't understand. What are we working with here? Oh, here's the price of your trust. What are we working with here? Oh, come on, I'll help you out.
You'll find out later.
Yeah, how much money you have should not determine how much legal documents cost.
Amen.
Okay, so we want to work with fee-based, flat fee attorneys. But again, many times I have seen people go to a well-minded attorney and get their estate plan set up. And when we review those documents, we've had some really issues with it. Like, for instance, how about you opened a new trust, you got this great trust, it's awesome, and you left your IRA beneficiary to the trust. You say, oh yeah, I want to put my money in my trust, that's what I'm doing. Well, hold on a second. You do realize by doing that, that became a taxable event, and now your children cannot claim it using the 10-year exemption rule, meaning they can have 10 years to withdraw the money. When you pass away, there may be a reason you want to do it that way, but most times it's not. What happened is, if you make the IRA, the beneficiary, your trust, as soon as you die, guess what just happened? That money has to be taxed, so it can be put in the trust. Well, that could be a heck of a tax bill based on how much money you might have in that IRA, correct?
Absolutely.
There might be a more efficient way to do that.
And no one wants to give more money to the government than to their own children.
No, we certainly don't. We want to try to do tax-efficient planning. So we have to talk about those things, and your trusted advisor better be up on the rules around the estate package, which is why we do that in our office. We don't have to send you out. When you think about things like, we'll get back on this red light, green light, but you think about like Medicare planning, well, think about this. Most people don't realize how much you pay for Medicare. When you turn 65, you have to get it. Doesn't matter how much, whether you need it or not, you're getting it. But how much you pay is based on how efficient your tax preparer was. You say, wait a second. Yeah, you could live in the same house as your neighbor, the same identical subdivision. They look fabulous. You both have the same net worth. Everything's great. But they're paying 2, 3, 4 times less for their Medicare premium because they had a better financial partner.
And we're not talking about a CPA. CPA looks in the rearview mirror a year behind.
That's right. We want to do forward tax planning
for the rest of your life.
That's looking in the windshield.
That's right. Where you're
going. It's exactly right. Most people coming up here in April are going to be thinking about taxes, March or April. They're going to be doing that. Well, what's happening? They're gathering the documents. They're carrying it down to their trusted tax professional, which is needed.
Sure.
And they're going to tell you what happened.
Right. Big difference.
What happened? They're taking it down there, and then you wait for them to call you and say, here's what happened.
Right.
What happened when? Last year. That is not what we do when we do tax-efficient planning. We're talking about sitting in the car, looking out the windshield, and talking about what's going to happen, what's coming your way. All right, they're telling me we got to go to break again, but I want to be able to try to get some more of this red light, green light done, because I think this is going to be so valuable.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
But let's open the phone lines. Will you get that done for us?
Absolutely. Give us a call. No cost, no obligation. You don't even need to bring your checkbook in that first visit. Just have your calendar ready. There's the number, 888-272-0650, with 3 offices and 1 more coming soon.
Well, there you go. The phone lines are open, 888-272-0650. If you've saved $250,000 or more, don't miss this opportunity. Come in and sit down with one of my licensed fiduciaries and get a written retirement plan done by a certified financial planner. And it will be, as Rebecca said, 100% complimentary, no cost. Leave your checkbook at home. Maybe a better word for that is free. That's right, free. You will get this and receive this. All you have to do is have the confidence to get that second opinion that you know you deserve and you know you need. Let's get a written retirement plan right now, 888-272-0650.
No time like the present. Stay with us. More with Mark Henry and Living Large right after this.
Do you know how much you're paying in fees or commissions with your current plan or advisor? What about unnecessary risk or future tax implications? Sit down with a fiduciary advisor who can help you understand important retirement concepts, and so you can make the best decisions for yourself moving forward. We may even be able to answer questions you didn't even know needed to be asked.
Your financial future starts now with a phone call.
All right, welcome back. We were talking about a plan. So many people come into your office, don't even have a plan. And that is the first thing to get to any destination. You need a plan. So that's number one.
Got to know where you're going. Got to know where you're going.
Absolutely.
All right, let's ask you another question.
Okay,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Does your current advisor, financial advisor, evaluate your risk tolerance each year and adjust your portfolio accordingly? Think about this.
No.
As you're entering that red zone, things are going to change.
Yeah.
We see people every day that still have their 401k the way they set it up 15 years ago.
Right.
They have their portfolios the way they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Listen, the way this world is changing, it's changing so quickly. There's absolutely no chance that everything in a portfolio from 5 years ago is what ought to be in it today.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely just not possible.
Not only with your age going up,
right,
but with the market changing. Stocks
the
used to be
world
up,
changing,
bonds were down, vice versa.
The world changing.
Right.
Everything's different.
Yeah.
And you have to change with it. So that would be a red light for you. All right, let's look at this one. Do you understand all the options and know the best for your situation when it comes to Social Security planning, Medicare, we talked about that a minute ago, and long-term care?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
I mean, I think I'm still thinking I'm young.
Well, you are young.
Well, I'm 54.
You are young. That is young.
You know,
that's very young.
Within 10 years of that red zone, though, of retirement.
That is absolutely within 10 years of that red zone.
Yeah.
And things, you know, here's the thing that's different is you start to get into that retirement red zone when you're going to want to transition from that. Most people don't understand how to actually even accomplish that, what they have to do this transition.
Right.
You have to really shift your mindset because you're going from an area. Think about how you've lived your whole life, you and your husband. You've both worked, correct?
Yep.
So you got paid for that, right?
Right.
Okay. When that check came, they took taxes out. That's a good idea, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully you've saved, right?
Yes.
So you had money taken out to put in savings and things. And then what have you done? You've spent.
Right.
That's the idea. That's what we do.
Every month you got bills.
So we pay taxes, we save, and we spend. We enjoy. Why don't we use the fruits of our labor? Okay? So what changes when you get into retirement? Well, we're not going to work anymore. Now, that's really not true for many people. I see many people that actually start working on something they enjoy more than what they once enjoyed.
Yeah.
They go to something different. But in this example, let's do traditional retirement. So we're stopping working. So that's stopped. Okay? We're still going to pay taxes. You go to jail.
And a mortgage.
Right, you're still going to. Hopefully the mortgage is paid for. Hopefully. Hopefully we got it done. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm saying more people don't. But with the low rates that we used to have, I can understand why we're not paying it off. That's okay.
Yeah.
But think about this. We're still going to pay taxes. And we're still going to want to spend. The only difference is we don't have the check coming in from our employment. We're going to pay ourselves. So if we're going to pay ourselves, how do we do that? By just picking up the statement and going, made money last week. That's good. Yep, we're good. Let's go to the store. Oh, no, we didn't make money last week. Markets are down. Let's stay home. That's no way to live retirement. That you can't do it. And think about this. Show me a statement that tells you how much money you can withdraw, adjusted for inflation, after taxation, and never run out for the rest of your life. Now, that's a financial statement I want to look at.
Amen. And
where's that one at?
And that's your goal.
What's missing.
Yeah.
That's what's missing.
Right.
People don't even know where to take the money from, how much they can take. So what we end up seeing is people living in fear after working all those years.
Yes.
They live in fear. They're afraid to go do things when they're young enough in retirement to actually do them.
You are so right.
It's the truth. We've seen it.
It's taking away your quality of life.
They just hold on. They just hold on. We can't. Markets, we can't do this. Can't do this.
Yeah.
I want to take a trip. I know, but we can't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm scared.
Yeah.
And then later in life, when they're much older, and they go, "We still got money. Let's do that Europe trip." I can't go to Europe. I can't get out of bed.
Right.
You know, and so it's just ridiculous.
Never thought of it like that.
I never want to think about what God's going to say to us when we finally get there. Yeah. I can only imagine. I have so many questions I want to ask. but could you imagine the statement of, I blessed you with so much and you did so little? I know, I was scared. Right. I don't think that's the answer he's looking for. What do you think, right?
Definitely
and this
not.
is why I'm so passionate about what I do. And this is probably, we'll have to end on this red light, green light. for now. In fact, we'll come back. We'll do this again in a future episode.
Okay.
But I want you to think of it this way. Life is so much more than living in fear. We were not designed to live in fear. Our real security, hopefully everybody watching knows, it doesn't come from your portfolio. That's not where your true security comes from. Hopefully you've found that by now and you know where your real security comes from. But this is your life's work when it comes to finance, the financial security.
Yes.
This is it, and it's important. However much you've saved is all you've got. If you've saved $1 million, good for you. If you've saved $5 million, good for you. If you've saved $300,000, good for you. Let me tell you something. All you have is all you have. And it's just as important to you as all I have is to me. Yeah. It's my money. Your money is your money. It's not mine. And most financial firms just simply don't understand this. And that's what just drives me crazy. We have to build a plan that works for you. Now's the time. We're going to open the phone lines one final time today. 888-272-0650. 888-272-0650. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't live in fear. Let's get you started on a confident financial future. If you've saved, let's say, at least $250,000, if you'll be one of the lucky next 15 callers, I can't take 30, we don't have the capacity. We can take 15 callers that will pick up the phone and call right now. 100% complimentary. That means absolutely free. We will sit down with a licensed fiduciary, and my team of certified financial planners will build you a written retirement plan based on what you're currently doing. We'll show you the areas of opportunity in your plan. We'll show you if you're a do-it-yourselfer. Take advantage of this. Take the written plan back and go do it yourself and fix the things that are wrong. Your plan won't be perfect, but it'll be your plan, and it will be one that you can start a confident financial future if you'll simply pick up the phone and call 888-272-0650. Hey, we hope you found the information today useful and helpful, because that's how it's intended. And I got to put a cheap plug in here for Living Large Retirement on YouTube. You can find me, Living Large Retirement with Mark Henry on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, because you'll find hundreds of videos going into detail about many of the things we talked about on today's show. Rebecca, thanks again for stepping in with Cynthia.
Thank you.
And I want to give a shout out to all the people that make this show happen. We have a production team, Greg and Brandy, and everybody that does this job for us.
Yes.
We can't do the show without you, without the viewers, and without the people that work so hard behind the camera to make this show happen. Rebecca?
Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. No obligation at all. Give Mark a call. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us.